Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at something pretty different, something you might not expect. We're going to be looking at the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but through the lens of entrepreneurship. We often think of Dr. King as, a champion of social justice, and rightfully so. But what we found really fascinating is how much his life and teachings hold these surprisingly relevant lessons for anyone building a business today.
Yeah, it really is remarkable. And we have this incredible collection of sources, articles, blog posts. We even have reflections from entrepreneurs who actually see Dr. King as a source of inspiration. And what's so striking is that his ideas about vision leadership creating lasting change, it kind of transcends the realm of social activism and offers a blueprint for success in any field, really.
Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit. So a blueprint is a great place to start, especially since Dr. King himself used that analogy. In his powerful speech to young people, he really urged them to approach their lives with that same intentionality as an architect designing a building.
You're absolutely right. And you know that blueprint speech is just a treasure trove of wisdom. Dr. King said, and I quote, "Each of you is in the process of building the structure of your lives." And the question he posed was, do you have a solid blueprint? It's a call to action, to be deliberate, to have a plan, a vision for what you want to create.
And that resonates so deeply with the entrepreneurial journey because every successful business starts with a blueprint, right? A business plan, a clear idea of what problem they are solving and how they're going to do it. It's about having that North Star to guide you.
Exactly. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Dr. King didn't just talk about having a blueprint. He emphasized the importance of flexibility, being willing to adapt and change course when needed. He understood that life, just like the business world, is full of unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah. What really struck me was his quote about the street sweeper. Dr. King said, and again I'm quoting here, "Sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures, like Beethoven composed music, sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, 'Here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well.'" It's about bringing that dedication to excellence, that passion, to every single thing you do, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant.
Absolutely. And for entrepreneurs, this translates to a relentless focus on quality. On exceeding expectations, on constantly striving to improve. It's about having that same meticulous attention to detail, whether you're designing a product, crafting a marketing campaign, or simply responding to customer emails. Every task, every interaction contributes to the bigger picture.
And that reminds me of another key element in both Dr. King's work and in entrepreneurship, and that is faith. He famously said, "Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase." And starting a business often feels like you have this vision, this burning desire to create something, but there are so many unknowns.
That's a powerful observation. And, Dr. King's life is a testament to the power of that kind of faith. Think about the challenges he faced, the setbacks, the moments where the path forward must have seemed incredibly uncertain. Yet he persevered, driven by an unwavering belief in his mission and his ability to make a difference.
Yeah, it brings us to the idea of trusting the process even when things get tough. Dr. King had an unshakable faith in God, and that faith fueled his resilience. And for entrepreneurs, it might not be a religious faith, but it's that deep-seated belief in yourself and your vision that allows you to weather the storms and keep moving forward. It's interesting you mentioned the need for flexibility in a blueprint.
Oh.
It's almost like Dr. King anticipated the lean startup methodology where entrepreneurs are encouraged to test their assumptions, gather feedback, and iterate based on, real-world data.
Yeah, that's a brilliant connection. Dr. King's work during the civil rights movement, it wasn't about rigidly adhering to a predetermined plan. It was about constantly adapting, learning from experience, and adjusting the strategy while staying true to the core principles of justice and equality.
And isn't that what makes a successful entrepreneur? The ability to pivot, to change course when needed, to embrace the unexpected detours that inevitably arise on the journey.
Precisely. It's about having that growth mindset, that willingness to learn and evolve. Remember, Dr. King faced immense opposition setbacks, even violence, but he never gave up. He constantly reassessed, regrouped, and found new ways to advance the movement. And that kind of resilience, that ability to bounce back from adversity, is essential for any entrepreneur.
It's incredible how much wisdom we can glean from his words even decades later. One quote that particularly resonates with me is, "The time is always right to do what is right." It's a powerful reminder that entrepreneurship isn't just about profits, it's about making a positive impact on the world.
Absolutely. And that sense of purpose, that drive to create something meaningful is often what fuels that entrepreneurial fire. Dr. King's life was a testament to the idea that one person driven by conviction and a belief in a higher purpose can truly make a difference.
And that leads us to another pivotal aspect of Dr. King's legacy: the power of dreaming out loud. His I Have a Dream speech wasn't just about articulating a vision, it was about inspiring others to believe in that vision and join him on the journey to make it a reality.
You're right, that speech wasn't just a statement. It was a call to action. It galvanized a movement, ignited hope, and energized people to work towards a common goal. And that's what great entrepreneurs do as well. They paint a picture of a better future, a future where their product or service makes a real difference in people's lives.
It's about capturing hearts and minds, isn't it? Inspiring others to buy into your vision, to see the potential, and to become part of something bigger than themselves.
Exactly. It's about building a community, a tribe of believers who share your passion and want to be a part of the journey. And that takes us back to the concept of faith. Dr. King's faith wasn't just a personal belief, it was a force that propelled the entire movement forward.
It was a belief in the power of collective action, in the idea that ordinary people, united by a common purpose, could achieve extraordinary things. And that's a powerful message for entrepreneurs who are building teams, cultivating customer loyalty, and striving to create lasting impact.
And it's about fostering a sense of shared purpose, of belonging, of working together towards something that transcends individual ambitions. And that kind of unity, that sense of collective empowerment, is what fuels truly transformative change, whether in the realm of social justice or the world of business.
You know, it's amazing how Dr. King's message really resonates with entrepreneurs, even though he wasn't talking about business, in the traditional sense.
Yeah, it's because he tapped into something much more universal. He understood that to build anything meaningful, whether it's a movement, a company, you need that strong foundation of belief.
And a lot of what we've discussed today really boils down to that, doesn't it? That unwavering faith in your vision, the courage to take that first step, the dedication to excellence in every task, and the flexibility to adapt when faced with challenges.
You've hit the nail on the head. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. often talked about the importance of having a blueprint for life. And for entrepreneurs, that blueprint is your business plan, your strategy, your roadmap for success.
Right. But as we've discussed, it can't be a rigid, unyielding blueprint. It needs to be adaptable, open to change, just as Dr. King's strategies evolved in response to the ever-changing landscape of the civil rights movement.
Exactly. And that's where faith comes in again. It's that trust in your vision, that inner knowing that you're on the right path, even when the way forward isn't clear. Dr. King had immense faith in God, and that faith guided him through incredibly difficult times. For entrepreneurs, that faith might manifest as a deep belief in their idea, their team, or their ability to overcome obstacles.
It's about having that internal compass that keeps you oriented even when the external world feels chaotic and unpredictable.
One of the most powerful aspects of Dr. King's leadership was his ability to dream out loud, his I Have a Dream speech. It wasn't just a beautiful piece of oratory, it was a strategic act of sharing his vision with the world.
And that's such a crucial lesson for entrepreneurs. It's not enough to have a great idea. You have to be able to articulate it to inspire others to believe in it, to rally people around your cause.
It's about inviting others into your dream, making them feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. And that's how you build a movement, a community, a customer base that's truly invested in your success.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, what's the one key takeaway you'd like our listener to ponder?
I think it's this: what would your life's blueprint look like if you approached it with the same intentionality, the same dedication to excellence, and the same unwavering faith that Dr. King embodied?
That's a powerful question. It challenges us to think bigger, to dream bolder, and to approach our work, our businesses, our lives with a renewed sense of purpose.
And remember, even if you can't see the entire staircase, have the faith to take that first step. You might be surprised where it leads you.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the surprising lessons he offers for entrepreneurs.
We hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
Until next time, keep dreaming, keep building, and keep making a difference in the world.
Thank you for listening to BB Face On, your go-to source for entrepreneurial insights and business best practices for creators. For more information, click the links below. We aim to bring you inspiring podcast episodes packed with actionable tips, expert advice, and success stories from thriving entrepreneurs. Whether you're launching a creative business, scaling a side hustle, or building a startup, our content will help you navigate the ever-changing business world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and return next week for more.